Hey, loud talkers, we have something to talk about. But before I play this clip, I need y'all to really listen to me for a second. What you're about to hear is not just another news story. This is one of those situations that will most likely sit with you for a long time after this video is over. We're talking about 8 innocent children, babies, lives that haven't even been started yet. And the person responsible for this was somebody they should have been able to trust the most, their own father. Now, I know stories like this are hard to hear, and trust me when I tell you, it's hard for me to cover. But sometimes we have to face these conversations head on because ignoring them doesn't make it go away. So I want to take a moment to just prepare you before I play this news clip and really listen to what's about to be said. Let's watch this together.
Now to some heartbreaking news. Our nation saw its deadliest mass shooting in years when a Louisiana man shot and killed 8 children this morning. Tonight we're learning more about that gunman, Shamar Elkins, who was the father of 7 of those 8 slain children. Tonight, the community of Shreveport has been left shattered. The children, 3 boys and 5 girls, ranging in age from 3 to 11.
Police say the crime scene spans 2 houses. It ended when officers opened fire on the gunman during a police chase. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam is live now with new details tonight. Tim?
Liz Jory, we now know the names of the 8 kids shot and killed, and we're also learning that the shooter had ties to the military and was known to police. This is a Facebook image of the Louisiana man law enforcement believe is a cold-blooded killer. Shreveport police identifying him as Shamar Elkins, the alleged gunman who shot and killed 8 kids. At least 7 of them were his own flesh and blood. The coroner released their names, a total of 7 siblings and a cousin ranging in age from 3 to 11, Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, Layla, Markada, Soraya, Kedarian, and Braylon. Neighbors mourned their deaths at the crime scene.
This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps.
Police are still trying to determine what motivated the shooting. The attack began before sunrise when police say the suspect shot a woman at one home and then drove to another house to unleash more violence.
The gray house is the house in which 7 children were located inside that were deceased. There was an additional deceased child that looked like he had tried to escape the residence out the back on the roof.
Officers say a second woman was shot and is believed to be the mother of the suspect's children. Both women are now in the hospital in critical condition. Officers fired at the suspect during a chase after he carjacked the vehicle at gunpoint. ABC News reporting the 31-year-old joined the Louisiana National Guard in 2013 and served 7 years without being deployed. The shooting took place in House Speaker Mike Johnson's district. He offered thoughts and prayers to the family. The shooting impacting people beyond Louisiana. The mayor of Shreveport highlighting that in his statement that reads in part, "Tragedy like this does not belong to one family alone. It belongs to all of us. Today, our community is grieving the unimaginable loss of innocent children. There are no words that can make sense of it and no distance that shields us from it."
Take out this evil out of our nation, out of our parish, out of our city, out of our lives, God. We know mental illness is real, God.
This attack considered one of the deadliest mass shootings in Louisiana. The community asking for prayers.
This community needs you. I need you. Because how do we get through this?
According to the FBI, domestic violence crimes are up. Between 2020 and 2024, law enforcement reported more than 11,000 domestic violence murder victims. In this case, investigators are still trying to figure out what led up to this shooting. Tim Pulliam, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
Tim, thank you. If you or someone you know needs help in regards to domestic violence, there are resources available. You can call 1-800-799-SAFE or text the word START to 88788. Help is available 24/7 and in multiple languages.
8 babies. 8 babies, 3 to 11 years old, gone just like that. First and foremost, I want to send my deepest condolence to those children and to their families, and especially the mothers who is now left to carry a pain that most of us cannot even begin to imagine. This is not just heartbreaking. This is devastating. Now let's talk about this for a minute, because I know the first question everybody has is, how can a father do something like this? Before we even get into that, let's be clear on what happened. Police confirmed this tragedy spanned 2 different homes. It started at one residence and then continued at another. And here's the part that makes this even more painful. Most of the victims were his own children, and the 8th child was a family member. So while there were 2 locations, this was still a deeply personal, family-related tragedy. Now let's get back to the question. How does a man look at his own children, his own flesh and blood, and decide to take their lives? And the truth is, this doesn't happen overnight. This is what we call a complete mental and emotional collapse. We're talking about a person who has lost control of their life, a person who is overwhelmed mentally and emotionally, a person who is no longer thinking rationally. And in some cases like this, they don't just want to hurt people. They want to destroy everything connected to their pain. And tragically, this includes their own children. Now, let me be very clear. Millions of people go through breakups, stress, life changes, and they do not do this. So this is not normal. This is someone who reached a dangerous, unstable breaking point. Now let's talk about their mothers, because surviving this is a different type of pain. Losing one child is devastating, but losing multiple children at the hands of their own father, that is a grief that doesn't go away ever. There is no moving on. Like life just goes back to normal. It would never, ever be normal for these mothers. It becomes about surviving day by day, learning how to breathe again, leaning on support, therapy, faith. Some days will feel unbearable. Some days will feel numb. And that's real. Now, here's the part that we have to talk about. Let's talk about red flags for a minute. Because while we can't predict everything that will happen, sometimes there are signs. I want to go over a few of them with you, just to give you something to look out for. If you notice suddenly personality changes, extreme anger or emotional outbursts, talking about feeling trapped or hopeless, or maybe even obsession with control, revenge, or just ending it all. If you see a person isolating from their family and their support system, and especially during major life breakdowns like a divorce or separation, when someone is not coping well. And sometimes people will say, I didn't see this coming. And in many cases, they didn't, because some people suffer in silence until they snap. But let me leave you with this. This is why we have to take mental health seriously. This is why we have to check on our people. And this is why we have to protect our children at all costs. Because once something like this happened, there are no second chances, no undo button, no fixing this. So I tell you today, hug your babies a little tighter. Pay attention a little closer, and never ignore that feeling when something is just not right. Because sometimes the signs are there and sometimes they're not. But either way, the cost of missing it is something no family should ever have to live with. Again, prayers for those babies, the mothers, and that entire community. This is something we should never become numb to, ever.